What's up, traders? Welcome to today's Equity Empire chart analysis session. When most investors are throwing darts, we're looking for clues in the charts. My name is John McHugh. I'm a former Wall Street analyst, hedge fund manager, and independent trader for the better part of 20 years. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the chart on medical device giant Medtronic, symbol MDT. And when we take a look at the chart, we're simply going to be looking for two things. One, what's the direction of the trend? And two, are there clues as to where the big money might be patiently waiting to buy at lower prices or patiently waiting to sell at higher prices? So let's get right into it. First thing we're going to do is assess the trend. And the way we assess the trend is by looking at the direction of the highs and lows as they move from left to right. And we'll notice as they move from left to right, the highs are moving higher. And also as they move from left to right, the lows are also moving higher. So Medtronic is in a short to intermediate term uptrend. And now that we've recognized we're in an uptrend, let's go see if we can find a support level or two, or maybe even three, for either a quick bounce trade or maybe a lower price for a longer term position if you're looking to invest in Medtronic for the long haul. Okay, so let's go find some support levels. And now there is a support level right here in the 90.02 to 88.08 price range. There's another support level right here in the 86.34 to 84.53 price range. And then there's a pretty solid looking support level much lower down here. We bounced off this level a couple times. And that's the 81.01 to 79.23 price range. So three support levels to consider for a trade, or maybe if we can get a pullback for a longer term position. Now before we move forward, let's go see if we can find a resistance level. And there is a clearly defined resistance level that we've tested a couple times. I keep going back here, and that resistance level is right here in the 96 to 96.93 price range. Okay, you'll notice that we bounced right off of that level in March and then came back down and found support at that long-term support level. So our game plan would be this: pick one of the, if you're looking to do a trade in Medtronic, we would be looking to pick one of these support levels and go construct a trade. So if you want to go for the aggressive level on top, simply place a buy limit order at 90.02, protective stop just below 88.08. I'm actually going to draw a red dashed line where that protective stop would go, and then drag the target just in front of that resistance level. And that trade setup right there has a 2.78 to 1 reward to risk ratio. What that means is for every $100 worth of risk you would take in that trade, if you were to take it, it would have a reward potential of nearly $300. So nearly a 3 to 1 reward risk ratio. So that's a pretty attractive ratio. If you were to take the second support level, it'll have even a better reward to risk ratio. And that would be placing a buy limit order at 96.34, protective stop just below 94.53. Put the red dashed line there again to show that vividly on the chart, and then drag that target up to the same target price. And that trade setup has a 4.68 to 1 reward risk ratio. So nearly $500 worth of reward potential for every $100 worth of risk. Now the risk is it may not pull back that far, so you might not get filled on that one. So the upper level most likely get filled, but less reward to risk potential in the trade. So there's two trade setups. I'm not going to do the third one since it's so far away from current price. But if you were to choose the first support level, ideally you'd be looking for something like this. If you're looking for price to pull back to 90.02, bounce off that level, and work its way towards that resistance level where your target would be. And if you wanted to go for the second support level, it might take a little longer to get down there, if it even does get down there, but you're looking for an entry at 86.34 and then to work its way back up to the same target. Okay, so there's two support levels to consider for either a quick bounce trade or a longer term entry for Medtronic. So let's wrap up the session, folks. Hope you enjoyed the session. I'll be back each day this week for more technical analysis. In the meantime, wishing you the best of luck in your trading and investing, and we'll see you soon.